Hello, intuitive souls. This is Rachel Sawani with Intuitive Soul Rising, and today I have with me Lady Nada to do the energy update or June energy forecast for June 2021. And the reason I chose Lady Nada is because I was feeling intuitively that typically I would channel this message from an archangel who stepped forward, but this time I felt the energy of an ascended master wanting to come through. And when I pulled from my deck of ascended master cards, which is the Kyle Gray Keepers of the Light deck, I pulled a card from Lady Nada, and so I'll just show you who she is in this picture here in case you're not familiar. She is a ascended master who was a high priestess in the time of Atlantis. She is a keeper of the pink ray, and so she vibrates at that color frequency of pink, which is the color of love and the heart chakra. And she is represents the divine feminine. She's symbolized often by the pink rose, and the blooming of the pink rose, which also can represent the opening up of your heart chakra. And she's been one of my guides for a little while now. She carries a similar vibration as Mary Magdalene. From my understanding, they are two aspects of the same soul. I've heard that they are both incarnations of each other in different lifetimes. So I've just been getting to know her a little bit better the last few months as I've been working more with her. And even though I pulled her card this morning, not knowing who wanted to step forward, when I saw her card flipped over, I remembered very vividly that I had a dream with her in it last night where I felt like she was working energetically on me and my heart chakra as I've been going through my own healing and integration process. And so I'm really interested to see what she wants to say about the coming month of June, and just going to invite her in now to step forward. So she's saying, hello, beautiful souls, angels of love and light. You are so precious, so dear, so beautiful, inside and out, working your light, glowing with the inner radiance that is as of a rose in full bloom. You have the beauty of a rose and the childlike innocence of remembering who you are and why you came to earth, who you came to be, to honor yourself and your own gifts, and to express those gifts to the world in a way that is helpful and showing your love and compassion to others who are looking to find themselves on their own journeys. So yes, the month of June, may it be glorious and full of love and light for all souls who are growing and gaining in momentum on their spiritual journeys, moving forward at a steady pace. You are all being asked to look within at this time. This has always been part of the process, but more so now in the coming days, weeks, and months. It will be very important for you to understand who you are and where you came from. For there is much confusion around the truth of yourself as a being of light and love. How you express that light and love is of, or how you choose to express that light and love is of utmost importance now. And many of you are figuring out what path to choose as you move forward in your missions, in your divine missions, in alignment with your higher selves. You are learning to see more clearly the opportunities and the options and the roads available to you all. And she's showing that there are many paths to choose, but she's stressing that you want to choose the path that aligns with your heart. So the one that is most connected to your heart center. She's saying because there are many paths coming into view, but there is one path that is most right for you. And to find that path, you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be able to look within. You need to be able to express your hidden desires and acknowledge your hidden fears. And so by acknowledging your hidden fears, she's wanting you to learn how to express the side of yourself that has not been born yet, if that makes sense, the unborn side. So she's saying it's an integration process. There are many multidimensional aspects to your personalities, to yourselves, and these are seeking integration at this time as the light is intensifying. There's going to be more pieces that you're uncovering. So she's showing this as like a puzzle piece, and she's using the word scavenger hunt. She's saying that you as a collective are on a scavenger hunt of sorts, where you are going out into the world, you are reading the clues on the map, you are searching and you are seeking out lost parts of yourselves that need integration, and you are going out and you are retrieving those parts, and you are learning how to integrate those parts. And she's calling it a death rebirth cycle. So it's really just a process of dying to the old and being reborn to the new. And she's showing it as shedding layers, like the skin of a snake. That's another analogy. Or opening petals like on a flower. She's saying there's many different ways to understand this process, but it is a process of death and rebirth. Essentially, you are being made new again with each moment, with each realization and understanding that you, and remembrance that you achieve. You are achieving new heights of incorporating memories, and being able to hold more light just means being able to hold more key codes of higher awareness to who you are as a creator being, as a godlike being, as a being of a higher frequency. You are climbing the ladder and you are connecting the dots, she's saying, of your memories, your experiences, and learning how to shed the experiences, beliefs, thoughts, patterns that do not serve, as you are at simultaneously picking up pieces that do align with your higher self and your greater soul purpose in this lifetime. And she's saying essentially is your greater, I guess I cut her off. She's saying your greater soul purpose in this lifetime essentially is this process of what some call expansion, growth, evolution, ascension. There's many words she's saying to describe it, but essentially it's all the same thing. You are moving from a state of lower frequency, from a state of unknowing or forgetting, to a state of knowing or remembering everything that you are and came to be. And so this is the focus, she's saying, of this month and moving forward. And she's saying many of you are feeling like you are shifting very quickly. You are moving very quickly through this process. And that is because you are not resisting the process. You are opening up to the process. You are allowing the process, surrendering to it, and learning how to work with the process, to align with the process, because it's happening energetically, whether you're conscious of it or not. But for those who are unconscious of the process, it's trickier. She's saying it's harder to navigate. It's more confusing. It's more difficult because many, she's showing, are holding on to their past with great intensity and fear of letting go. And that fear of letting go is exactly what is holding them back from moving forward, from being propelled forward. So she's showing it as though you're kind of trying to buck the current in a way by holding too tightly to what you view as your identity or what you've come to grow comfortable with. You're now being asked to move into a state of unknown where you are able to feel more free and expansive, to let go of these old ideas, to allow these new ways of being to filter in and to integrate naturally and organically in your life. So essentially she's saying the process of letting go is very critical to your journey, and moving through this month, you're going to see and sense a quickening, or the energetic pace, she's saying, is accelerating with each ascension wave. So she's saying the frequency of these processes of death and rebirth are quickening, they're accelerating, and that in turn is making it harder and harder for people who are still holding on to pieces that are ready to be let go. She's saying it's getting harder for them to continue to hold on, because the momentum or the sheer force of the energy is just getting stronger and more intense. It's pushing them. She's just showing it as if there was like a strong force of wind coming at you, and you were doing your best, like if you were standing outside in a hurricane, for example, and the wind was just getting stronger and stronger eventually, and you were trying to hold on to this pole or hold on to something for dear life. Eventually that wind would get strong enough to just push you away, and lift you up and carry you forward, whether you like it or not, is kind of the sense I'm getting. She's saying, so to enjoy this process more, you need to embrace it. And she's saying you need to love it. You need to find the joy within through this process. And she's saying there are many ways to do that, but really it's just about connecting to what gives you joy, what brings you joy, and finding your joy, finding your creative path that forward that is going to keep you connected to your heart and not lost in the chaos and the confusion of what energetically you might be feeling from those around you, because those around you are trying to find an anchor. She's saying with these heavy winds, they're trying to find an anchor, but they're not aware of how to go within to anchor. So she's showing really getting proficient at the idea of knowing how to ground yourself, knowing when that's important, knowing when your energy is too high, that you need to bring it back down. She's showing this is all about learning how to balance your energy and stay centered with your heart. So even if you're following your bliss and you're following your path and you're, you know, a trailblazer and a way shower and you're really out there speaking your truth, we're all needing to ground our energy from time to time. And that's actually, she's saying, part of what is most needed to stay in alignment, because it's easy to get carried away on this high vibrational frequency path as well, getting a little too caught up in the, she's kind of showing this to me, so I'm having to explain this. But it's a feeling that I've had very often, that she's saying, like, the excitement, you get carried away in the excitement of what's to come, the anticipation of what's to come, and you forget to ground yourself in the present moment. You forget that you are here to be aligned in the present moment. So although it's good to get excited about things, like that can be a good feeling, when it starts to shift into a feeling of anxiety, where you're now, she's saying, too much in the mind, too much overthinking and overanalyzing, and just you have an overall feeling of not being balanced. It's time to ground. It's time to pull those energies down. She's saying it's time to get back to earth. It's time to get back to Mother Nature. It's time to honor the mother, and she's coming in strong with her energy now. I'm really vibrating on this point, so I feel her really wanting to share this point or emphasize this, that there's an aspect of divine masculine energy and divine feminine energy within all of us, and that doing mode, that active, that action-oriented goal setting, I need to do to be happy, I need to achieve in order to be happy or free, I need to be doing all the time. She's saying that is more of the masculine in us, the masculine way, which is just a way. It's not gender related. It's just more of a form of energy and how energy moves. And so when we're acting out from that part of ourselves, we have a tendency to want to keep go and move, and there's a sense of not doing enough, not giving enough, not being successful enough. And so she's describing it as an ever, like your appetite is never satisfied. She's saying we've kind of lost touch with the divine feminine in us for so long as a society, as a species, that we have forgotten how to balance that energy, and what's needed sometimes, instead of moving faster or doing more, is exactly the opposite of that. What's needed to balance that is the opposite. So she's showing, if you have scales and you have too heavy of a weight on one side, it's going to tip the scales like this. How do you balance it? You balance it by putting more weight on the other side. And so some people in this current day and age, she said, is showing that we're a little bit too, because our society is kind of built around a very masculine or male kind of dominated perspective, that doing more is the way to be happy or successful. We tend to get unbalanced in that way because we get a little bit too caught up in that aspect of ourselves, and it's not right or wrong. It's just a sign that we need to balance. So when it starts to get to the point of feeling anxious or unbalanced within, it's time to connect back to the mother and to bring that divine energy up, she's saying feminine energy up to the surface, so that the masculine and the feminine can work in harmony with each other and can help to balance each other, which is really what the divine sacred union within is all about. And that's, she's saying, part of what this ascension process is all about. It's about learning how to balance the aspects of ourselves that we are at the same time learning how to integrate and honor and respect and recognize. And so she's saying, just don't get too caught up, or learn to recognize when you become too caught up into the doing mode. That's when you need to go within, slow down the process, meditate, journal, do self-reflection, connect back to nature, ground in nature. She's saying there's many ways to do it. She's saying right-brained activities also that put you in the flow, such as like drawing or art, just helps you to reset your energy and to pull you back into the present moment. So that's really the goal, she's saying, is learning how to be more in the present moment, but also aware of your needs, aware of your desires, aware of the aspects of yourself that are wanting to be expressed, and taking the time to honor those aspects of yourself, and just keeping your vibration as high as possible, as you are at the same time learning how to let go and release that which no longer serves, which she is saying is part of that process of raising your vibration. She's saying feelings in and of themselves are not negative, but how we choose to honor those feelings or express those feelings, whether we express them with awareness and send love to those feelings that may, or sides of ourselves that may need more love and healing, then it's time to go within and be more consciously doing that. But she's really just generally saying to respect your body, respect your needs, your desires, and learn how to listen with your heart. She's saying, because that's your soul telling you what it's ready for, what it wants to do. And if it's correct and in alignment with your soul, you will resonate and you will feel like you're making progress. and you won't feel so stuck and stagnant and lacking. She's saying you won't feel a sense of lack. You will feel a sense of abundance and opening up. She's saying even though while you're opening up you might be needing to release emotions or memories or experiences that don't serve you, you are essentially going to, after that process, feel lighter and more expansive. But those who are refusing to let go or allow themselves to open up or express these or integrate these parts of themselves that are ready to be seen and heard and understood, then they will have a harder time moving through these energies in this month and the months to come. So she's saying this process is going to be the same moving into the future, and more of the same, she's saying. But she feels it's helpful to be able to better understand, or help you all to better understand how this process works and just what to expect, what to be aware of moving forward. And so I'm just going to check in and see if there's anything else that she wants to add. And she's saying no. She just wants you to understand that process and how the energies are moving more swiftly and helping you to uncover and reclaim those lost parts of yourselves. And she's really wanting you to just honor yourselves and honor your journeys. And when you need help, when you need support, ask for your team to guide you, and also find others who are on this journey like you. And there are many out there who are speaking about this and who are supportive in that way, because we're all going through it. And so we're all learning together and growing together. And so I just want to thank Lady Nada for coming through today and for helping me as well. And yeah, I really resonate with this message. I did not know what she was going to talk about or why she wanted to come through, but it makes a lot of sense, even in my own life, how things have been moving very quickly, and how I've been starting to recognize that so many changes and shifts happening. It's like so many small transformations happening that aren't so small, that where I can just look back on where I was even a month ago or even a couple weeks ago and say it feels like I'm in a completely different place, energetically speaking, because it's just that fast of a process. If you really are staying in the flow, you are finding it to be a constant state of change, and having to really take that time to step back sometimes and say, okay, this is where I'm at now. What do I need? It seemed to have changed. Like all of a sudden what I wanted last week is I'm desiring this now. And what does that mean? And how do I work with that energy in a positive way? So I hope you all can relate to this in some way. I hope this is helpful. If it is, please be sure to like the video, and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more messages like this. You're also welcome to join my Facebook page, which is a blog called Intuitive Soul Rising. And yeah, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.
I